Hello everyone. Hello Abdul. Yes. Praveen Raj should be joining shortly. Hello Praveen. Good morning.
Hey Krishna, good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
So, how is the weather out there? I feel it's sunny.
It's pretty warm, yeah. It's pretty.
What do you think? This about this session. Basically, what did you expect from this session?
Nothing much. It's going to be a friendly conversation, right? About generally about living in Canada, studies in Canada. I studied here, so maybe I can share my experience and my
Okay.
thoughts.
So I wanted to ask about before all of this, I had a very probably a big question, probably you went in 10 years ago, like when there was not much craze about Canada, probably all were going to US or US. There was only one option, I guess. US only was the option 10 years ago. But what do you think right now, like you see back, right? Like before 10 years, what brought you here? Why Canada? Like, what did you expect out of here from the country?
See, Canada from one of my uncle lives here, so I knew about Canada, right? And US was always a hard thing to go. Visa was an issue, and not only now, even during those days, going to US was a tough job, right? There's so many criteria because everybody in the world they have their first option as US, and then only they consider the other countries, right? But even when I came here, UK and Australia were the topmost. They were better than Canada at that time.
Okay.
And even people were going to New Zealand and things like that, right? But Canada was much more appealing for me because I had a family member here, and also settling down in Canada was much more easier than at other countries. Right. If I'm going there, I just don't want to study and come back. Right. I just want to see my options. If at all I love the place, then I want to be there. Right. So Canada was more appealing than other countries.
Okay. So probably if you're looking at a permanent option, even back then, that was the perfect option. That's what you're
That was the
saying.
perfect option. Yes. Migrating to other countries were much more difficult. Canada had a much more easier and smooth process
Okay.
compared to other ones.
So what do you think after, like right now, after 10 years, do you think whether you could have chosen UK, US, or other countries? Like, do you have any regrets or something like that?
No, I even if I go to US right now, I hate it over there.
Okay.
Once you are in Canada, when you go to other countries, you don't like that kind of a lifestyle. People are polite here. You are free to do your own thing. Less population, clean country, so many things, right? But obviously, when you compare the money, US and UK might be a better option for you.
Okay.
But if you want a very good lifestyle and if you want to live peacefully with a happy family, if you're thinking long term, then Canada might be a very good option because the path to citizenship was also on papers very straightforward. If you match certain criteria, you become citizen, right?
Okay. So have you got your citizenship? Probably I didn't know this before our conversation. Like
Yeah, I do have my Canadian citizenship. I got that January last year.
so how many years or months did it take? Like when did you like last January you're talking about?
That's right. So
Okay.
I qualified to become a citizen a few years back, but I didn't apply for citizenship because I was kind of in two minds. Like, do I really want to? Because India doesn't give you a dual citizenship. If you compare a lot of other countries, Sri Lanka, whatever, right? They all give dual citizenship. But India is a country where they say, okay, if you want to be another country's citizen, then give away our citizenship, right? So I had to process that for a few years. And then I thought of other options. Okay, what if I want to go and settle down in India? Is there an option to regain my citizenship? And there was a clear path for that too. You get your overseas citizenship of India. Once you surrender your Indian passport, you get a OCI, overseas citizenship India. And then after you get that, after 2 years, if you go to India and be there for a year, then you can regain your Indian citizenship.
Okay.
So we have option for that.
So India doesn't allow dual citizenship. That's what you're trying to tell.
Yeah, India doesn't allow dual citizenship. If you want Canadian citizenship, you will have to surrender your Indian passport. That's one of the first things, right?
So is this enforced by Indian government or the Canadian government?
No, Indian government. Indian government.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
But
Canada allows dual citizenship, right?
Canada
Like
allows dual citizenship. So I am a citizen of Canada right now. If I want to get a US citizen or a UK citizenship, I can. I can even hold three passports, three citizenship. But I won't be able to get Indian citizenship. It doesn't make, I don't know,
yeah.
it doesn't make sense. But yeah, India wants you to give away if you want to be a citizen of another country.
Probably this is very informative for the students who are coming. Probably they wouldn't have researched this much, like
Yeah.
long-term thinking. Probably even I didn't know this point actually. Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would work as NRA or something like that. It works. I was thinking so.
Yeah. But
So
you'll get something called overseas citizenship of India. It's very similar to a passport, but it's a lifetime visa for India. The only few things which you won't be able to do with that would be owning farming lands, your rights to vote. You won't have that, but you can buy properties, you can work there. There's a lot of things you can do with your OCI,
okay.
but you won't have your Indian passport. And you won't be able to involve in politics, or you won't be able to get into government positions, things like that. But again, once you have your OCI for 2 years, after that you go to India and then be there for 1 year, you can get your citizenship back. I know there'll be a lot of bureaucracy involved. There's so many things, like things are not easy in India. Like
Yeah,
before,
exactly.
even now, you have to go to government offices, argue with them, you have to wait in queue, and all those things are there.
Yeah.
But you can still, there's a way to get your Indian citizenship.
So is it difficult, the entire process of getting a OCI, all the stuff, like handling things over in India? Like, what do you
Uh,
think?
it's just paperwork. It's a pretty straightforward process. I wouldn't complain too much about that.
Is it online? The entire process has become online or something?
Not yet, not yet. So still you'll have to, there's similar to VFS, what you have, there's an office here for Indian Embassy. So there you have to, print out a few forms, fill it up, take a few passport size photos and go to them. And then you have to surrender your passport, obviously. And then once you do that, within a month, you'll get your OCI.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So I had a question actually, like general question, like from like before this we had conducted, like we had asked few questions actually, we got few questions. So is it good time to apply for an express entry? This was a common question, like
Anytime is good time to apply for express entry.
because of this pandemic and all the situation, even study permits are getting delayed. We are getting AAPs, stuff like that only currently.
Don't make COVID stop you. Obviously, there's less job opportunities here. But if less people are applying in this kind of situation, they don't want to come to Canada, at least get your express entry paperwork done, get your express entry, get your COPR, right? Once you get that, they'll give you 1 year time frame to come to Canada. So within that time frame, make your decision and come to Canada, right? The COVID is not going to be here forever. It's going to go away eventually, right? Don't let anything
So
stop you.
be
That's
on a
what I would say.
positive note always, like don't like let COVID stop you in any way, right?
Yeah, you're not doing anything in India in COVID, so why stop in Canada, right? If at all there's a flight, catch that, come here, come here and at least sit home, apply for jobs. Once you come here, meet few people in Canada, your mindset will change, right? According to the Canadian system. So that will help you rather than sitting home in India. Come here and sit idle. That's okay. If you're jobless for 1 year, that's totally fine. But if your long-term goal is to come to Canada, don't let COVID stop you.
Absolutely. Probably this is an important takeaway for everyone. Probably even students, like students, do they need to bother like if they are taking up online and offline? Like there are scenarios, right? Currently, students have to pursue their course online. Then they might go offline like later in winter or something like that. So what do you think about that? Do they consider the same way or wait for offline classes once they come to Canada?
If it was me, a study specific question, I would say I would like to go to class and study, just not for the study purpose, just to make more friends. I can know more people. I can live in Canada during that time frame, which will help a lot. You can do your part-time here, right? Doing online classes there, yeah, you're finishing your course, all those things are fine, but you're losing a lot of valuable hours of part-time which you can do in Canada, right?
Okay.
Those kind of things like social networking, I would definitely miss that. So if it was me, it's a personal choice. Everybody has their personal choice. My personal choice would be to come to Canada and study in class.
Okay, okay. So, but do you think in this scenario where we do not know when it's going to happen or when the university is going to open, wait for another year probably because fall intake to fall intake is the thing happening for specific courses, actually a lot of courses.
That's right.
But so it's going to be a very tricky choice for students right now, right? Like,
It is going to be a very tricky choice. COVID has made not only for students in Canada, but all over the world, even for Canadian students, they are not able to go, right? So yeah, it's a tricky choice. Yeah, but it's a tough choice to make, and you have to take your call, right? Everything can't be dictated, right?
we have few questions in the live. Is express entry CRS cutoff going to come down anytime soon? So,
It's already coming down. Before it was around 550. Now it's in 450 something, right? When I applied for my express entry, it was 880. I was in the first draw.
okay.
So right now it's super low already. So it all depends on how many people in the world are applying for express entry. If the number of people applying is less and Canada want more people, the points are going to come down, right? There's a lot of variables involved in that. It's not an yes or no answer.
Okay. So another question probably I would, is it difficult for the upcoming students to achieve PR after masters?
After doing masters in Canada, is that your
Yes.
question?
Yeah,
Even
after
yeah,
masters in
even after doing masters, if you do a 1 year experience, you get a 3 year work permit after your masters program. So work for 1 year, you'll get 1 year of Canadian work experience. That's going to boost your points. Your masters might not boost your points, but your 1 year work experience would be giving you like 15, 20 points straight up. So
okay.
that'll help.
Okay. So apart from all this, like I wanted to talk about your channel. Like you have a part-time hobby, like a Tamil dude channel, which is actually I watched a few of the videos. Actually, is Rowdy there around there anywhere?
Rowdy's here. He's just outside. Like let's see. He might even just walk in, but let's see. I can
Probably,
bring him if.
yeah, probably many of the people who are going to watch after this live session, because many people watch it later on our Insta page or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah,
So they are going to love Rowdy.
yeah.
Probably we have a very general audience as such. We have students throughout India actually, like watching our videos,
Okay.
asking
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
and
yeah,
something.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
probably, I'm not sure they would understand Tamil, but they would love Rowdy
Rowdy.
probably.
Yeah. We have subtitles too, so they can still translate and watch. Oh, there he is. See, we were
Oh,
talking his name, and this guy is here. Ah, there you go. Look at that.
hello Rowdy. So.
Hi.
So anyone who doesn't know who is that, go watch Tamil Dude YouTube channel. Like there is a YouTube series. Probably you could tell more, Praveen, like about
So
Rowdy.
yeah, we are doing a comedy YouTube series where it's called Rowdy the Super Dog, and this guy is the champ in that. He's the hero. He can talk, and he does a lot of naughty stuff. Yeah, try watching it. You might like
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
lot of celebrities down here have commented about him. So like,
yeah.
so how are you managing all this stuff? Probably, if you guys don't know, he's a network consultant. Like he has been working and managing all this stuff there.
So how sleepless?
Yeah.
That's the only thing, right? It's pretty hard to manage time, but if you think it's hard to manage time, you won't be able to manage time. So just make time for your priorities. I cut down so much on movie watching. I cut down so much on partying. I cut down so much on going out. Even though all your friends are partying, I'll be sitting home and editing, writing
Okay.
scripts, and your family should be okay with that too, right? My wife is so encouraging in that like, even though if everybody's partying, she'll be like, okay, if you want to write or edit, let's be home, do that, and that kind of a thing, right? So a lot of
So
things involved.
I guess this is probably one of the questions every student or everyone wants to ask. Like, would you think the sacrifice that you make, because a lot of people go to Canada, like have their mindset, probably even me, I want to go roam places around, do a lot of things, have fun, have party, something like that. That is would be the mindset, like living an Western dream, probably. That what I could say. But sacrificing these things, and what do you think? Like you are a special, unique person where you have done and achieved something like different. So.
So I did all those things. I did like if you ask all of my friends, I have like tons and tons of friends. If you ask anybody, they'll say that like I'm the most craziest partying person, right? I travel, I do a lot of things. But again, you have a long-term vision, and at some point you have to make the switch. Okay, when am I going to start working on my long-term goal? So that happened to me. And but during all those times, I was learning camera. I was learning editing. Whatever you like as a hobby, become a pro in that, right? And eventually, people will start recognizing your work. That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it started as a hobby and became an extensive thing.
that's
Probably
right.
anytime soon, are you planning to quit the job, go into it
Uh,
full time?
it's not like that. It's not a easy choice to make. Like IT in Canada, if you do very well, pays a lot. It's even hard to imagine that kind of a money being in India. Uh,
Hmm.
but I'm not talking about the usual rest of the population. If you're a serious student, if you're doing a lot of certification, if you are very core in your technical skills, you can make money any like tons of money, right?
Hmm.
So if I quit my like I have commitments, like I have a house, I have to pay rent and that and this, and all of those things, right? If you're able to make that much money outside of IT, then why not, right? But it's really hard. I tried making that switch a few years back. I quit my job and started my own business and tried that for 1 year, and I got burned so badly. So I had to come back to IT. So next
Okay.
time I can't jump into like I'm throwing away my job for my dream, right? If you don't have anything to support your day to day, then don't quit your job, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the business like? What did you try? What did you learn? Because a lot of people have the similar mindset. They could start some restaurant, they could start something. They all people have this ambitious mindset down there. So what would you like to say to them?
Restaurant is a very hard business. If you want to sacrifice your throw away your entire life into restaurant business, then yeah, go ahead. I've worked in so many restaurants. I have had requested like people have come to me for partnership opportunities, but it's hard. Don't think restaurant business is easy, right? If you want to be successful in restaurants, you have to wake up early, go to the market, get your things. Don't think the people would do for you. They'll grab your money, take away, run, right? So you
So
have to be there. It's like I before even I had this mindset like why don't we start a restaurant and like have a cool life? That it's not easy. No business is easy. So I personally did IT network consulting as well as digital marketing, and I used to do a lot of videography, like real estate videography, commercial videography, ad films, and those sort of a business. Um, when I was working full time, I got a lot of opportunities for part time. So I made the switch,
okay,
thinking that if I'm going to do this full time, I can make equal money. But that wasn't the case. When I switched it to full time, the increase from the part time opportunity to a full time opportunity, the business, it was just very minorly up. And I was facing a lot of losses at that time because I was taking a pay cut as well as paying my employees. I was paying rent for the building and all those things. So it hurt me badly. So I had to quickly switch back for consulting. Even now, I'm not a full-time employee for any concern. I have
okay,
I do consulting, right? Every 6 months or 1 year, I get contracts and then I finish up the contracts and then I move on to the next company. Right?
okay.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest like for students coming in? Are there enough part-time opportunities? How much they could earn and stuff like that? Any advices like for incoming students? This is how the realistic approach is going to be. What would you say for them?
Realistic approach. Life is right. Um, we losing you, Krishna? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Krishna, can you hear me? I think yeah. Let's give it a second to stabilize.
Yeah. Able to hear me?
Is it me or you? I don't know. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Like, what would you say for the realistic approach, like for
Yeah,
students?
yeah. First couple of years, life is going to be bad. I mean, not bad. It's going to be hard. It's the approach how you're going to take, right? If you're like super sophisticated in India, and then you think you can get a similar life in Canada doing your part-time. No, it's not going to work. Some people come in a mindset where they're willing to take any part-time job. You give them cleaning job, grocery store, or even construction work. They're willing to do that. Those people survive easily. They don't complain, right? But others come from with a mindset of, okay, I go to Canada, I'm going to become rich. I'm going to do like a Porsche job and settle down. For those people, life is going to be hard because any job you do, you are expected. They're paying you, so you're expected to work. The life might seem a little difficult. You might not get the same part-time job which you were hoping for when you landed here, right? So have an open mind and take up any job that is thrown at you, and then give your full in that business, right? They might increase your salary. They will increase your hours of operation. And if you work hard, you can do 2 jobs on a same day, like 4 hours in one job and 4 hours in another job. It's all the amount of effort you put in and the mindset, right? Same financial situation, same everything, same age. People will have 2 different mindsets, right? A guy would be like, okay, I'm going to work hard, work my ass off, and then make money. He'll be happy. He'll get the money. He'll even if he has to travel hour and a half for the work, he'll go do it, no problem. Some people just tend to complain their entire time in Canada, right?
Yeah. So
Those people,
probably
wherever they
from
go,
whatever
they're going to
you're
complain.
saying, like whatever you're saying is like that. If you have very sophisticated mindset, it's going to be difficult. You should have an open mindset. Like take up things as they come and go on about
Yeah.
it. That's what you're telling, right? Nice.
Yeah.
So
If
I
you're not
have
a
a question.
billionaire, if you're a millionaire, you have to do your own stuff. That's basically it. Don't think becoming a millionaire that you get to employ people. Canada or any lot of foreign countries doesn't work that way.
Okay. So I have a question probably from the line. I'm a
Yeah.
techie in India with 10
Uh-huh.
years of experience. My age is 34. Can I apply for express entry? What do you suggest me?
Absolutely. Does he have a easiest path, easiest scoring points would be master's degree with 4 years 4 years of experience with good IELTS score. Your express entry, you'll qualify for express entry and come here. But your 10 years work experience might not be valid here. So you might be starting at a lower position from what you have been doing over there, but your growth scale would be much more higher than a student. You might start low, prove your point in your company. Within 1 year or something, you'll be able to jump a few hoops and go to a different position or go to a different company, right?
So the experience is not going to be completely eliminated, but initially you got to prove yourself, prove your worth. That's right.
What they'll ask for is Canadian work experience. From your perspective, Canadian work experience is pretty low, so you won't be ending up in a job where it's paying 100,000 or 120,000 a year. You might be starting in a 50K, 60K job a year, and then within 1 year or 2 year, you can reach whatever heights you want to go. Yeah.
Okay. How about the job experience in the field of electrical and computer engineering post-masters? So what they are trying to tell us, there is a master's program, electrical and computer, MS in electrical and computer engineering. After that, what is the job or what kind of things you can go into? That's what they are asking, I guess.
Lot of people who are studying civil engineering are moving into IT, right?
Okay.
But Canada gives a lot of opportunity for your area of study. So if you are going to study that course in Canada, you will be ending up in your own area, right? You're like the person who asked that question should be knowing, okay, what are the course jobs that he can apply, right? I'm not
Mhm.
personally in that area, so I won't be able to specifically say you get this job,
Yeah.
this company. That's not possible. But anything related to IT, I'm assuming since
So it's the same trend down there because you have been mentioning again and again, like IT is the field, IT is the field. Like it does happen over there too, like civil, mechanical, and everyone goes into IT. Like the same thing what's happening in India.
not 100% like in India. India is a super massive. India is not a manufacturing hub, right? But Canada is one of the manufacturing hubs. They manufacture aircrafts, they manufacture a lot of cars and other things, right? So you can get into your core field. There's tons of opportunities for that too. The reason why I'm stressing in IT is I know that area, so I know there is a lot of opportunities. So that's why I'm stressing IT. But automobile engineering, civil engineering, you guys are like solid, right? You have tons of opportunities in Canada. But initially, again, any area, the first year, 2 years is going to be a struggle. Have that in mind, but your life will be smooth.
Okay. So we have another question. So how to approach for a part-time job in restaurant or grocery or other local stores, local vacancies. So how to meet them directly through networking or something? What is the approach you've got to do?
It's actually a very good practical question. How do you do that? Few ways. Not a lot of them post ads in. So there's a site called Kijiji, kijiji.ca. So kijiji.ca, if you visit that, there's a lot of opportunities posted there, part-time opportunities. Second thing is, the most important thing is, you walk into a restaurant and ask them if they have a part-time opportunity. Take a printout of 100 resumes or whatever. Walk into a restaurant, ask for the manager and say, do you need any help? Like, I'm available for part-time, right? That's the easiest thing which will get you the job, right? They'll take down your number and then they'll give you a call to come another time, and you'll have a simple interview and then you'll be hired. And the other thing is, a lot of restaurants who wants to hire you, they'll post posters saying help wanted. Help wanted, they want to hire you, right? So you anywhere which says help wanted, go ask for the manager, ask them if they have a job, give your resume, and you're good to go.
Okay, so just go directly and approach them. That's the way you do it.
That's what I did. That's what so many people did. But if you're in a college, if you're studying with tons of kids, then somebody will be already in a job, and then they will refer you. They'll say, okay, I know a person who is doing who's hiring. Why don't you, right? So networking talks a lot.
Okay, okay. So that is a good question. So about these are general questions. I had a few. Okay, what about the computation for January intake? So, like, what do you think about January intake? We have a lot of questions like this. Like for January, people who are going to come in winter, what do you think? Will this are the situations going to get better or something? What is your prediction?
Situation in Canada is getting much better compared to a lot of other countries. Other than UAE or New Zealand, things are getting very, very good here. We are in phase 3, meaning a lot of stores and a lot of public spots are already open. Even movie theaters are open with social distancing. So we are moving in the direction. And we are talking in January. That's like 4 months now. Even in India, it's going to be hopefully everything's going to
Yeah,
settle down,
better.
right?
Yeah.
So in Canada, there might be a lot of opportunity for you guys. If that question is relating to part-time or life in Canada, I'm very, very hopeful that it's going to be better.
Okay. So, okay, this is an interesting question. How to be aware of scams? Like there are scams happening starting from here, from India itself. There are so many scams happening. Like for a new one coming up, say from the consultancy side, once you land, then they take your SIN number. There are a lot of common scams. What are the top few scams you would say? Like you got to be aware. You got to be like you should know this.
Yeah, from my experience, there's 3 areas of people who scam a lot. One is from Africa, China, as well as India, right? These 3 countries, I don't know from where these guys originate, but they just want to take your money. If you're asking scammers in terms of consultancy, in terms of sending you to Canada, like India has thousands and thousands of consultancies, right? We cannot say who is good and who is bad. Canada, if you want to avoid all those scams, apply on your own. Every process is listed online. Spend some time, spend a week, 2 week, a month to study the process and apply it on your own. Everything can be done by yourself. Secondly, if there's a consultancy and if you're applying for a student visa, anybody who is asking money more than $10,000 or $20,000, they're scammers, right? Usually, for student visa, they, the consultancies get money from the college itself. That's why they're for their service. So you don't have to pay them for most of them. If they're asking for money for permanent residency, it's hard to predict. There's a lot of people who also say they'll get you a job in Canada. If somebody says like that, think about it. Let's say you're a driver in Canada. Sorry, in India, right? There's tons of drivers in India. Same thing is going to be here. The job market for driver is going to be so less here. So let's say you're finding it hard. You're finding it hard to get a HR job in India. For you, it's going to be hard for you to get a job in Canada too. So if somebody says, "Give me 5 lakhs, give me 10 lakhs, I'll send you to Canada for a HR position," that's a scam. That's outright a scam. So be careful. Anybody who is asking for 5 lakhs, no, even 1 lakh, I wouldn't go that route.
So don't give money for coming to Canada. Pay just the application fee or something, which is
Do it
you are
on
going to
your
pay official. Yeah.
do it on your own. Like if you don't have money, spend time. Do it on your own. Be safe, right?
Okay. What about scams once you are down there? Like what kind of scams? Because you get your SIN number. Where do you want to mention your SIN number? SIN number should not be revealed and stuff like that, right? So how does it work?
Before, what I was talking about is scams in India who are coming to Canada, right? Your immigration scams. Now the question, I think, what you're asking is, if you're already in Canada,
Yeah, just
what are the
you have
scams?
entered Canada, like you are very new.
There's very less scams here. The only common scam is you get a phone call saying that you did not pay your taxes. So call us immediately, or police is going to come and arrest you. That's the call which you'll get. That's the number one scam here. You just hang up. Easy. You just hang up. The Canadian government is not going to call you and say that we are going to arrest you, right? They're going to send you notices, emails, and things like that. They're not going to call you and torture you for all those things. And definitely, they're not going to arrest you. One thing. Second scam would be they call for duct cleaning services, that and this, and they'll ask you for money. Anybody who calls you and is asking for your personal details, hang up, right?
So where do you want to specify your SIN number? SIN number is a very important thing, right? Down there. So
that is right. It's very similar to your PAN card number, what we have in India. So I think it's in like 9 digits or 10 digits, something like that. As soon as you land in Canada, if you're a student, you'll get a SIN number. If you're a permanent resident, you'll get a different SIN number. So that SIN number ties to any earning you make. Let's say you're in a company, you're making money. What they'll do is they'll report to the Canadian government saying that this guy is earning this much money and he'll have to pay this much tax. Or the companies will directly send your tax portion to the Canadian government. It's all tracked under your SIN number. So SIN number is very important for everybody.
So can it be informed to anyone? Say someone asks me, say for doing a service, would they ask SIN number? Which cases they would ask SIN number usually?
Usually anything to do with banking, anything to do where your credit report needs to be checked, they might ask you for a SIN number. But other than that, you're going to a grocery store or somebody is calling you and they want to verify you. No, you shouldn't be giving your SIN number. You can straight up say, no, I'm concerned. Like, do you want any other details which I can give you, right? And another thing is, usually we call the companies to inquire. When a call comes in saying that you did not pay this much, so give us a SIN number, that doesn't happen. They know your number, they are reaching you, so why would they ask for your
information?
They
wouldn't ask
right?
your SIN number.
Yeah.
Cool, got it. So we have one interesting question. So can we travel along with a 2-year kid to Canada in January during this pandemic?
Can we travel in 2 year for studies?
No,
or?
Can we travel along with a 2-year kid to Canada? Like during January, like they are going to travel along with a 2-year kid.
Oh, definitely. Why not? Yeah,
Is it
safe? It's 99% safer than India.
Okay.
But all you'll have to worry about is traveling in airport, in the aircraft. That's the most corona prone area, right? COVID prone area. But Canada is much more safer.
Okay. So my friend wants to move to Canada for studies along with a child. How much is it possible for her to survive as a single mom? Want to know reality and practical situation.
Is she going to come in permanent residency, right?
I guess so. There is no for studies. I guess it mentions studies, probably study permit.
For studies, if she's coming as
she's going to study. She's a single mom. How is it practical enough? Like
Practically, it's going to be too tough because she has a kid, so the kid needs to be taken care by someone. So probably they have to leave the kid in daycare, which costs money, right? So probably half her paycheck is going to take care of the kid for the daycare. If she's willing to invest that much money for the daycare, then yes, she can come.
Okay. So another question, what would be your suggestion for the 14 days quarantine plan for students traveling from India? So this is making rounds actually. Like we do not know how to make a travel plan because CBSA is asking a lot of questions.
Uh, 14-day quarantine. Here, you don't need to go to a hotel and quarantine. If you have a place where you already booked your stay, you can go there, lock your room, be there inside for 2 weeks. Do not come out. If you get caught, then it's going to be in your papers, right? It's going to come out when you're applying for permanent residency or something. So if you're coming to Canada, yes, there's 2 weeks of quarantine. You take your taxi or your friend's car, go straight, do not even stop anywhere in the middle, go straight to your home, go inside the room, lock in, and ask somebody to drop your grocery. So this has to be very carefully handled because people are very strict here. And if you can do that, then you should be totally fine. After 2 weeks, your quarantine is over, you can come out, be normal.
Okay. So related question. So how much money should students or anyone carry? Like they are completely new to Canada. So in which form they could carry? Because there are different options like travel card, you could carry up to 10,000 CAD, right? Like there is a
Yeah,
limit that you can
10,000
carry.
Canadian, yes.
Canadian
Yeah.
dollars. So 10,000 CAD and what are the other forms? And obviously they would have a GIC until they come there and open account, they won't have an account. So during this quarantine, they are not going to be able to do that too. So this is a general question as well as during this situations, what would you suggest?
It's a personal preference. I would carry cash.
Okay.
People carry that cards because they think they'll lose it. If you're going to lose if they lose the money, but if you're going to lose the money, you're still going to lose the card. But the card is you'll have a PIN number, whatnot, so you can be safer that way. But I would prefer ease of access because that card will not be accepted in a lot of places. It might be a Visa card, it might be a MasterCard, but they'll say in India they'll say, okay, you can use this anywhere and everywhere. But that's not the case. I've seen people who come with those cards, and in some normal places they won't be able to use the card. So I would personally bring cash, hold that for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, once the quarantine is done, go to the bank. Anyways, you're going to open up a bank. Go to the bank, deposit that money, and get a Canadian card. Simple, job done.
Okay. Cool. That's one of the questions probably a lot of people have. And is it possible to deposit money like before even you come? Like apart from GIC, there is no way, I guess.
No way. You'll have to come here to open up a bank account. So before the quarantine wasn't there. So you come land here. Some banks are open even on Sundays. So even if you come on a Sunday, you can still open up an account or go on a Monday during the weekdays. Open up a bank account, deposit the money, and get a credit card, debit card, and your life is set.
Okay. So can you suggest any better website to book rooms at the initial point of entry to Canada? Probably they are asking housing options, probably like what to book.
Housing options. You can contact some realtor because they don't charge money. If you are renting a place, they don't charge money. You can contact any realtor in Canada and say you're coming. Can you book, right? But a lot of realtors don't take that. They don't spend that much time on somebody who's not here. But I know a few people. If you text me, I can quickly message some people for you. But if not, kijiji.ca, kijiji.ca, kijiji.ca. Again, has a lot of postings in there for room rentals. You can check that. That's Kijiji would be like the best go-to place if you're coming new. If not, contact somebody, your friends of friends of friends who are here, and get a room that way, at least for a few weeks. And then you'll know the other options and you can move out.
So this is another general question. What do you say about networking, like which college you can do and so on? Like since you are into networking, so like PG diploma in networking, what can you do?
Post-graduation diploma in networking, I did it in Centennial College.
Okay.
So there's George Brown, there's Sheridan, Seneca. These are very well-known colleges for networking. You study in
Okay.
any of these are things I know. There's a lot of other colleges, but these are like standard go-to colleges like your Anna University. Like there's Centennial, Seneca, George Brown, Sheridan, no problems. They are very good colleges, but whichever college you go, you have to study. College will throw everything at you. It depends on how you catch it, how you take it, right?
So is it difficult actually for students? Like, is it like too much pressure? Like, and how do you say the education system is? Like, would you be able to handle it? Like, you have to
I
put effort or go easy kind of thing.
Compared to Indian educational system, Canadian, I liked it more here because you do a lot of research. You don't have to buy hard anything, and your exams are like not essays or 2 marks. It's all multiple choice questions. The entire papers will be multiple choice questions. It's more researching, studying on your own, things like that. Um, but practically 90% of your class students who are coming from India, after coming here, they don't want to study. Like they feel something they've achieved. Like as soon as they land in Canada, they feel like they've got everything and they don't even take their books, right? They concentrate more in the part-time jobs and then they leave the studies entirely. They just pass the exams and whatever you course you study, they end up working as a help desk analyst, taking calls, same call center jobs like what they have done in India. Don't do
Mm.
that. If you're coming to Canada, you've spent so much money, you should achieve something great in your life, right? Put that time and effort in your studies to how much you are putting in your part-time job. Party, do whatever you want. There's always time for that. Do that during the weekend, but during weekdays or whatever, whenever you have time, use the library, study as much as you can. So you can get into a very good job. That's what I'm talking about, right? Anybody can get a help desk job. Anybody can get it. If you're going to be for your life after 5 years, you're still there, you're doing something wrong.
Okay. So, this is a general question, probably lot of, what do you think? Like coming from India, say they are trying to find a better place and move up in life. That's why a lot of people come to Canada. Like how the life is going to change for them, and like as you said, a help desk job or a better job. What is the difference between all those things? Like how should they plan it out?
So initially, I would suggest take whatever job you get, right? If that's your first job, why not get a help desk job, call center jobs, whatever. Work for a few years. Do your best even in that job. If you like it, even in help desk, you can become a team lead, manager, and all those things. You can grow up. If that's the path you want to take, if you're passionate about it, do it. But say you ended up in a job and you want to switch career, or if you want to switch something, study side by side. And then if say you studied networking and you ended up in a help desk job, during the help desk job, get your certifications done and then apply for a networking job and slowly move on, right? And there's always paths to move any career you want, but it's up to you. If you want to take it, you can take it. There's jobs, tons of jobs, right? Um, COVID times, yes, job opportunities are less for anybody. Even if you're like 10 years experience, nobody's hiring because projects are not there. So if people are not hiring, it's going to come from the up to the bottom of the food chain, right? It's going to be hard, but from post January, things are going to be great, I'm assuming.
Okay. So another question, which parts of Canada are the technological hubs? Like for technology wise, which places they can go on?
Toronto would be the number one.
Okay.
Next, I would say Vancouver,
Okay.
Montreal, Calgary. So these four places would be the hubs for technology, but Toronto and Vancouver are going to be the number one priorities, I would say. There's Ottawa too, but you can include Ottawa too.
Okay. Okay. What about Saskatchewan? That part of it, like they are encouraging a lot of PRs and other stuff. What do you think about them? Like opportunities down there?
Saskatchewan, what happens there is not a lot of people want to migrate there, right?
Hmm.
So the Saskatchewan state government is giving you an opportunity, an easier opportunity to settle down, so that
Okay.
you will get attracted of Saskatchewan and then you can go settle down there, right? But I have like about 10 friends who went there for work. And then eventually, once they got their permanent residency, they all moved to different parts of Canada.
Okay.
Because life in Saskatchewan might be very hard. It's cold, it's sunny, and and there's the life is not like in Toronto. Toronto, whatever language you speak, you will have thousands of people from your community, right? But you won't
Okay.
get that in
But is the trend shifting? Like there have been news like it was moving here, moving there. What do you think about that? Like there were some news articles that I came across which were saying Toronto is getting filled and they are like moving to other parts. Like population is growing there. We have some Rowdy fans, I guess. So yeah. So uh,
Let's show Rowdy. Rowdy is actually sleeping.
yes.
Rowdy,
Sleeping.
Rowdy.
Hi, Rowdy.
Hi.
So everyone can say hi now.
Yeah. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Nice. So, yes, that's Rowdy for you.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
what do
go
you
ahead.
think about that?
Still, I think a lot of people still want to come to Toronto. The people are migrating from the core Toronto downtown area, Scarborough area to other parts like outside Mississauga, outside Brampton, and things like that. On the east side, there's cities called Pickering, Oshawa. People are moving out there to settle down because
Hmm.
property pricing and everything is super high in the main core Toronto area, right? But other than that, anybody who is still coming to Canada, they still want to settle down in Toronto. But
Okay.
since the PNP programs have started coming in, things have been much more easier to migrate inside Canada. So we are seeing a lot of population moving to other parts,
Hmm.
Saskatchewan and places like that. But even now, Toronto is pretty packed. It's one of the, but for people coming from India, if you see Toronto population, if you come down, you'll think that this is going to be like Mumbai, but it has like 1%, not even 1% population of Mumbai, so it'll be
Okay.
empty. Yeah.
So that's how the entire Canada is. So, what about Saskatchewan? Probably whatever you're saying is
Much
point
more
zero zero 0.001.
worse. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So, we have one question. Reputation of Centennial versus George Brown.
In networking job market, I'm from Centennial, and I had about 500, 600 people studied with me, and whoever I speak to, they all ended up with jobs. 80% of them with networking jobs, and then they settled down. And then 20%, 30%, they would have gone to help desk or other areas. Where George Brown, I now recently have met a few people who have done great in George Brown, and they have settled wonderfully in a lot of opportunities. So both colleges are good. Centennial and George Brown for networking jobs, 90% of your fellow students are going to be Indians. That's what I can say. Everybody who comes for networking job either end up in three colleges, Seneca, Centennial, and Sheridan.
Okay.
So both are good. I'm not able to compare and say. Yeah.
Okay. So, when is the next episode? So, when is the next episode, sir? So, that is a question.
We are, we are shooting tonight and we are shooting tomorrow. So possibly if I spend all nights next week, possibly we can release it next weekend.
So it's actually it's doing a great rounds, I guess. Like it's an interesting genre in the YouTube series, I guess. Not a lot have tried this kind of genre, I guess.
Yeah,
You
at least in Tamil industry or at least in India, nobody have tried that. In abroad in US, people have done shows like Talking Dogs.
Mhm.
I thought I'll try it. I know there's a lot of VFX involved in it, so I always was thinking, okay, where should I draw the line for the VFX? Right? Still, you can
So
do a
how do you
lot.
manage this? There is a lot of VFX going on, right? Because to Rowdy is doing a great job, probably acting and giving so much expressions and stuff. But how do you manage to put everything together and bring that vibe onto the picture?
So editing takes about 2 days. The usually cutting all the clips and putting in your timeline takes about 2 days, and your voiceover takes about 1 to 2 days. And then just for the VFX, I spend about 220 hours. I would say
Okay.
you have to do it straight. Like you have to do it frame by frame and all those things. So yeah,
Okay. So you
It's
learn VFX for this, like for the YouTube channel as such? Like you do it personally, right?
I started learning that personally for quite a while. I wanted to try all these superhuman effects a long back because I had this idea of a super human web series or a short film kind of idea from a long back. But I didn't produce a film like that. So eventually, when I wanted to make a Rowdy dog film, initially I thought, okay, let's just use his mind voice, not like talking. But then I thought, you know what? Okay, let's go full on. Let's do him, talking and everything. So that's how we ended up doing that.
Probably we will soon see something on Amazon or on Prime, a full series, probably a full movie
Maybe,
even.
yeah, maybe I don't know.
So we have some questions. So so a lot of people are waiting. So
Sure, let's do it.
do Indian job work experience helps there in getting a job? Like yeah.
Yes,
So
it will help you. It'll help you, but you are not going to get the same level of job what you are doing there here. Let's say you're working there as a team lead. As soon as you are a manager, as soon as you come here, no, they're not going to give you a management job because managing or leading a position in India is much, much more different from here. There you'll be friends with all your teammates. It doesn't work here. We go to parties and stuff, but we don't even know who their family members are or nothing like that. We don't text them in WhatsApp. We don't call them off hours. So the whole structure is different, right? So because of that, you might have to start slowly, but your Indian experience will obviously help, but you have to start from the bottom or a little bit on the mid ground.
cool. So this is one good question, I guess. What are the essential things which we should buy only after reaching to Canada, but not in India, which is not worthy back in India?
Very good question. Yeah. Um India, like a lot of people still have this belief of India is cheap and not anymore. India is expensive. So if you're buying any winter clothes, just bring a sweater. That's it, right? If you're buying any winter clothes like jacket or winter shoes, buy it in Canada. You'll end up much more cheaper, very good quality because your winter clothes needs to withstand minus 40 degrees Celsius. Indian clothes are not meant for that. They'll say that they're meant for that, but it's not. So come here, invest that money over here, and buy good clothes here. Other than that, even all your Indian groceries. If you're coming to Toronto, every single Indian groceries you'll be able to get here, unless and until your mom is making you something very fancy only she can make. Yeah, definitely bring that. You won't get that in the store. But other than that, you'll pretty much get
Rest all
anything
is
here. But if you're going to Saskatchewan or somewhere to a remote location, in that case, then yes, bring all your snack, masalas and all that,
everything.
everything. But winter stuff, definitely come here to Canada. Like I came to Canada thinking that my woodland shoes is going to save me from winter, right? And
Mm.
as soon as I landed here, I came with the woodland shoes and a leather jacket. Every single student at that time came with the same thing. They all will come with woodland shoes with a leather jacket, but it doesn't work here. You have to come here, throw those shoes off,
Get
and buy
your
a new one. Yeah.
so for normal purpose, woodland shoe is not enough. Like for like, how does it
Norm,
work?
normal purpose, it's fine. On summer, it's fine, but woodland shoes get wet. So ice, snow is basically water, right? So if you walk on ice with woodland shoes, it gets wet. It'll go inside your shoes. So you need water, sealed shoes so that you can survive the snow.
Okay, okay, okay. Cool. So that's very informative for a lot of people, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of Rowdy fans actually. So
There's, uh,
what
there's,
a yeah.
go ahead.
So my sister Christina is a very big fan of your dog,
Yeah.
Rowdy sir.
Rowdy says hi to Christina.
What about the networking certifications? Which ones to go during college time to crack entry level jobs?
Entry level job, CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Administrator. CCNA would be your basic certification. And if you want to do a little bit of specialization, do security. There's tons of openings in security. We don't have good people in network security or cyber security. So start with
Okay.
CompTIA Plus security. That's also a very good certification to take.
So can the certifications be done from India itself? What is the difference like? Because
Um,
these are, I guess, online or international certification, whatever you have mentioned. So
It's all common everywhere. They can definitely get their certification in India, but that
okay.
needs to be current. Those certifications are valid for 2 years, so it has to be current.
So they should plan in such a way that they are completing the certifications before even they land. So they will have that timeline plan. They could make it effective, right?
I would say come to Canada and write it because you will be current. You'll have the knowledge fresh, so you'll be much more helpful to fetch a job for you.
Okay, like so
Because
they get used to the environment and keep searching parallelly.
that's right, and also your certification is valid for 2 years. If you are studying in India, and then let's say you get the certification in India and study here for 2 years, your certification will expire. So why not just come here and study, right?
So, okay, this is one different type of question. It's not that positive, but yeah. Indians face racism? What about racism down in Canada? Like,
I
how
saw
will they
that.
treat and
I
stuff?
saw that question. Racism in Canada is very, 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 very minimal. I've never faced racism in India. If at all racism, it's Indian causing racism to others, basically. There's a lot of gun violence, among Indians. There's a
Mhm.
lot of other stuff, right? Personally, everybody has treated me well, my family well, all my friends well. So yeah, that's the experience which I've had. Canada treats you so well. That's why everybody wants to live in Canada, right? Because everybody is treated here equally. I would say is like for fellow Indians, don't treat others bad, right? Don't be a bully, like how we used to be in India. We
Like, don't pass comments on people, say
exactly.
something.
Yeah, when people are, walking by the side, they'll talk in their own language and pass comments. I've been bullied by other language people in Canada, from Indians, but not from Canadians. Right? So it's
Okay, from different parts, maybe. So they
yeah,
would like say something. Yeah,
yeah.
that is a very good point, actually. So yes, we are almost close to 1 hour, and yeah, everyone is asking Rowdy again. Probably we could show him. Is he available down there?
he's he's awake. Hi,
Hi.
hi,
So there
Rowdy.
is Rowdy for you. He's awake, and yeah.
I
So
am a
there are a
fan.
lot of fans. You will get lot more fans after this video is recorded and
Yeah,
down there. Probably there would be a lot of fans for Rowdy.
yeah.
Okay, it's a really good session. Thanks for your time, sir.
Oh,
Like,
no
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you
thank
for
you,
having me.
thank
Thank
you,
you for having me. Thanks for
thank
everybody.
you, Praveen. Thank you, Praveen, very much. Like, it's a great session. Actually, I loved. Probably it was. I didn't expect Rowdy to be on the session, but yeah, it is lovely. He's there.
Whenever I'm sitting in this chair, he'll always be here. So I have to keep my one leg folded even when I throughout my editing session because he likes to sleep here. So this is his even when I'm working, this is his place.
Okay. So if someone doesn't have watched, who are watching this live or probably watch it later on IGTV or somewhere else, go try watching Rowdy. Actually, it is very interesting series. Probably it is in Tamil. You have subtitles too, but you can watch it out. It's very interesting.
Krishna,
All the best on that. Actually,
thank you. You did a lovely promotion for us, Krishna. Thank you.
yeah, probably no. I really loved it. Like this is probably is a big thing for probably managing whatever you are doing. It could be you could be an inspiration for a lot of people, including me. So follow your passion too, apart from your regular job. Like
Yeah,
one is for earning, one is for passion. So live your
that's
life
right.
too.
That's
So
right.
that is
Yeah.
interesting. So that is really good. So everyone loves it. Good bonding, sir. He won't leave you. Big fan of your son. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much for everyone. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Probably we will have a session later or something. We will come back with some specific interesting things. Probably we want to have a lot of conversations with you
Sure.
probably in future too.
Sure. I love to discuss this topic, right? Because from the day I've landed here, people have a lot of questions because I didn't have a lot of answers when I moved here. So I tried to
Okay. So thank you everyone. So yes, he's available now, I guess. It was 60 minutes timeout, so that's why the live session is cut out. Sorry, some people are asking why did it go off? Sorry to disturb you.
Oh, no,
So
no
it was
problem.
so it was a 60 minutes timeout, like the IGTV live thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much. I wanted to say proper goodbye actually. So yeah.
Oh, That's good. That's good.
So
Thank you.
probably if you want to reach out or ask some questions, probably you could message us. Probably you later ask the questions to Mr. Praveen, and we will get back to you if you have specific questions also directed towards him too.
Yeah.
Thank
Anytime,
you,
guys.
thank you.
Anytime. Just message us. Contact Krishna too. This guy has a lot of information, man. This guy is so yeah. Go ahead.
Definitely, definitely. We will try to help. Not just me. There are a lot of students along with me who are like pursuing masters in different universities, probably all
Yeah.
UOT, University of Calgary, University of Alberta, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we do have very good people on board who are helping us out.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Praveen. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Say
Bye.
bye to Rowdy too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.